Hello everyone, we have got some toys to play with. I like the changes. They're they're going to be good for advanced Sagats. For the lower Sagats, I think you are not going to be able to take advantage of the changes as much, but you do have some nice toys to play with in there, like the extra state of the high EX shot is going to help you with your confirms and your mix-ups too. So it's not all doom and gloom for you down there. They have put a very good character in the game, this guy over here. So he is definitely better than Sagat now. I was always a big believer in the last game that Sagat was a better character than Ryu. I still think that, but now it's quite clear that Ryu is better and easier to play than Sagat. So if you're gonna have a little bit of dramas with the Kara knees, you might want to try and go back to the old Karate Man, my old man. I'm not going to go back. I'll pocket him because I can obviously already play Ryu. You guys know I was a Ryu main for years, so it would be daft of me not to main him. But as far as Sagat goes, to get the most out of him, you're going to need to do the Kara setups now. You're going to be missing out on a large part of his game now. What we're going to do first is tell the lower level players the easiest way to do a Kara knee, and then we'll get into some deeper stuff for the more advanced players. I like to set everything up low going to hard. So now the Kara that we'll be using is the heavy kick. We won't be using the medium kick version. It's not fast enough. It's exactly the same scenario as the uppercuts. The window on the medium kick is obviously bigger, but this one is much faster. We want the heavy kick Kara, and the two we'll be concentrating on are the medium and the light versions. The heavy kick Kara does have a very good use that we'll get into a bit later. But to do the Kara uppercut, you simply hold forward and then press heavy kick, and after that you must do a shortcut DP into the knee. So the way I do it is I hold forward and do the heavy kick, then I just wiggle the stick either between the two diagonals at the bottom or just the front and then down and then front, and that will give you the Kara. You obviously press which version you want, so like this. Just this, then this. Now you don't need to put the forward in again, so imagine you have knocked the character down with, say, a EX fireball, and you want to do a Kara knee setup. Once the forward has went in of the fireball, you do not need to push forward in again. If you watch Sagat here, see how he's walking forward and I can still do a step kick? I didn't press the forward again. So you use the end of your fireball or your end of your motion as your Kara, as long as it ends in forward, like this. You don't have to push forward again. So hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit with the Kara execution, but let's dive in now. Okay, let's get a bit deeper now. There's a 5-frame difference between quick rise and back rise. I'm going to show you a couple of examples here. We're going to start with a light into a medium hit confirm, and I'm going to use the medium Kara knee from the heavy kick. And on a normal rise, we are going to be +4 here. There's your +4, and it crossed over. Now there's, like I said, there's a 5-frame difference, so we're going to be +9 on the back. There's your +9. That doesn't matter if you use the light knee either. So now we're going to do the heavy kick into the light knee, and we get an extra frame of advantage because the light knee is faster, so the quick rise is going to be +5. There's your 5. If we add 5 on, we're going to be 10. Don't worry about this getting too complicated. I'm just showing you some examples. There's your +10. So the point there is there's always going to be a 5-frame difference between the rises, whatever combination of Karas you use. Now, just to get even more complicated, there is also a 1-frame difference if you start with a light or if you start with a medium and a heavy. Luckily, the medium and the heavy are the same wake-ups, so that will make the Karas 1 frame slower. I will show you another example. The reason I'm showing you this is I have to show you this to explain the setups. So we're going to start with a light into a medium knee, and he's going to be +4 on normal. Okay, let's put the counter hit off. There's our +4, right? What we saw before. But now if I start that same Kara setup with a medium, we're actually going to lose a frame. We're only going to be +3. There's your +3. And that also is the same for heavies. There's your +3 again. The reason I think that's important to explain to you is when you jump in, you are not going to jump in and use this combo. You're not going to start from a light. So you have to know that if you're going to jump in, or if you're going to hit somebody, or if you're even going to confirm with the medium, that your Kara setups are going to be 1 frame difference. Now, the reason I decided to explain obviously at the start that the medium and the lights were different is because on a quick rise with characters, even against a 3-framer, you can force stand them with the heavy kick from the heavy kick lightning Kara. So this is the one. From that Kara there, even against a 3-framer, the heavy kick is going to force stand them into another mix-up, like this. Into another mix-up. Double mix-ups, mix-up city. But the reason I decided to tell you at the start that the 1 frame difference is if you start with a medium, that will not work. That 1 frame robs you of that setup, so you're going to have to remember, if you jump in, not going to work. It needs to be from the starter combo. Now the reason that setup is good, because with characters with a 3-frame standing jab, you will still be able to catch them with the lightning setup if they back roll. Very, very good. If they have a crouching jab like Kami, they will actually avoid that. So you're gonna that's going to be a character specific setup. But I think that's quite powerful. And just to show you what happens on Kami, here's the normal recovery. It doesn't matter that she has a crouching jab on the quick rise, but it does on the back rise. She's going to jab you out of it. There is something that you can do there. Ryan Hart actually found this one. You can do this. He didn't actually find that specific one. He found this one. You can escape. This will be a good trigger cancel actually. Something like that. So not bad for the back rise, but as you can see, the light kick Kara, it does have some holes in it. So the clever cookies amongst you would have figured out that if the character only has a 4-frame wake up normal, then you can do the heavy kick on either starter. Both of them work. This will work, and this one will also work. So Sagat's mix-ups are significantly stronger against characters with 4-frame normals, but you would expect that. And obviously, off of any of these options, having a throw as a threat is also important. You can throw them. You need that threat for mix-ups to work, and it will work on both rises. With the back recovery, you do need a small micro step, but it's not difficult. Just a small step. You'll just have to work out the timing, give it a go. So moving on to the heavy kick Kara into the medium kick knee. This is the best all-rounder. This is the one that you want if you don't want to think too much, don't want to vary your setups, you just want a solid mix-up. Now the best button to press on rise, again, if you don't want to get too deep, is just to go for the jab confirm. You will cover every rise with the heavy kick, medium kick Kara into the light. Here's the quick rise. And here's it from a medium. There's no variance there. And here's the back rise. Easy. And here's the back rise from a light. There is a very, very slight pause, but overall that is going to be your easiest setup to do. Medium knee into the light confirm. Now there is other things you can do. Now your next best in line after the jab is the standing medium punch. The reason it's the best next in line is because it's +3 on block. If they block, then obviously you're still going to get more pressure. You can't expect every setup to hit, so you're wanting a button that's going to obviously offer you more pressure. So again, heavy kick Kara, medium kick knee into the standing medium punch. The only thing with the standing medium punch is you're going to need a slight difference in timing if they back roll. Here we go from a light. So that's the quick rise, and here's the back recovery. It's just very slightly different. Not much, not much. I think it will be easy enough to do. If you have multiple EX bars, you're going to be able to loop the combos over and over, which makes it quite powerful. Very, it's going to get good. It's going to get good, especially if they start mixing up their rises, and especially because Sagat can cancel his trigger from a fireball. If they let's imagine that they do block. Let's set the opponent to guard first attack only. Sorry, after first attack. Something like that. Imagine if they blocked it. I think I set the dummy up wrong there, but if they blocked the if they did block the mix-up, they are effectively in a mix-up again. So there's tons of potential here. Now there is another reason you're going to want to start with the jab starter and not the medium and not the heavy. If you have a V-skill 2 stocked and start any combo from a medium or the heavy, you are going to hit them as a combo. It will not cross over. So that makes up, ironically, the V-skill 2 makes the mix-ups worse if you hit them from either of these. You're still going to be able to get the dash, don't worry about that. But you're not going to be able to get any cross-up shenanigans. But if you do use the jab starter, the knee will whiff. So it's gonna whiff on the jab starter. So another thing to remember there, if you do have the V-skill 2 stocked and you're doing a jump in, or you've confirmed from a medium, you're just gonna have to remember that the knee is going to connect. Little bit awkward, maybe a small reason there to stick with V-skill 1, but we will talk about that in a different time. So another thing worth pointing out is that the light knee does not cross over from either starter. But here's the big news here, you can actually make the light knee cross over. It just has to be from a different confirm from this one. So if you can imagine the opponent quick rises, you can actually cross them up twice. So this is where the setups are going to get really varied and really mixed up. Missed it there. So we have so much to play with. There is so much to discover. I'm going to have to make a few videos on this, I think. Now, just to throw you guys another curveball, this is a good one. It won't work on every character. I'm going to use the heavy kick Kara into the medium kick knee, and you're going to tell me what just happened. I landed in front there. I landed in behind there, and I am still plus on either. You can make the behind up to +3, +2 or 3, or the front +4. I know, what is going on? Well, you can actually change the timing of the Kara if you delay the Kara knee. This first one is an immediate Kara, hang on. That's immediately done as soon as he falls down. This second one is delayed just slightly. Very, very complicated. This is obviously only on quick rise, remember, it's not bulletproof, but it's little tricks like that that's really going to make Sagat so much deeper. I'm going to try and make a list of the characters that works on. So yeah, you can just delay the Karas just slightly. What I'm experimenting with at the minute is trying to make the regular enders plus on block with the Karas. So this ender here, you can actually make plus on block. Now it has to be a read because the timings of the Karas are different. This one is easy. This is an immediate heavy kick Kara into the heavy kick knee. That's +2 in throw range. Absolutely crazy. If we could have covered the back rise with the same timing, it would have been insane. But the back rise has to be a slightly delayed heavy kick, so this is where you're going to have to make a hard read, otherwise it is not your turn and you're going to get punished. But you know, you can imagine in the heat of a match, or if you notice someone is always waking up the same way, this can be very powerful. That's +2, and that was the back rise. You can actually make that one up to +3. That was +1, so delaying it just not enough. +1 again. +2. You can actually make it +3, but you can see what I mean there. There is a lot of potential. Just show you one final thing, and just to show you another thing you can do with that setup. There's going to be so much we can discover. This is going to take a while, and you'll probably see more videos from me on the subject. So this mix up here, that's +3 on block. If they back rise, there is a delay involved. But you're going to have to make those kind of reads sometimes in a match, and because those things are not consistent, players are going to get so confused. I mean, even in this video I've just shown you the bare bones, and you can think of how much that is going to confuse the opponent. I think Sagat is in a very good place, so I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and look out for more on this in the future.